Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Trey Ferg, your player coach. I got a special show for y'all tonight, an impromptu show. This guest is going to have a slight resemblance to myself. I don't know if he's as handsome as me, but he could be close. You all will be able to make that decision. I brought him here today to hang out with me and just have a little kickback, as he would call it, and just, have some fun. So if you don't mind joining, asking a few questions, we'll be open for comments. Just keep everything respectful, and we can get the show on the road. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'll bring to you Calvo, Willie. What's up, brother?
How you doing, man? How you doing?
I think you got some problems with your volume. Turn your volume up.
Volume?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Good to go.
Okay. So how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. One by a little, nervous, a little bit out of my comfort zone, but we here.
Well, don't feel nervous. Just relax. We're just hanging out on this late Saturday night. So, Willie, just just jumping right into a few little things. You have any? Well, I would like for you to just tell the folks about yourself. Some of the things you like to do and where you at now in your life, as far as graduating high school and figuring out your next career goals and moving forward with that.
Oh, well, right now I'm just steady working. I have an Amazon job, just doing forklift right now. Right now I'm pretty much figuring everything out. Recently I tried out for the Metro Railroad. I didn't get that recently, so right now I'm having plans of trying to get my class at CDL, but I've also been getting a lot of input, getting a lot of insight from everybody, giving me options about, going to college and going to the Army and certain benefits that it gives me. So right now I'm just still working around, just turned 21 not too long ago, so just trying to really see what's out there for me at the moment. As far as hobbies, go to the gym, TV, probably watch a little bit of anime, and that might be more like my type generation a little bit, but no, I don't do too much.
So, since graduating high school, and we do a lot of talking about pretty much everything. Could you talk about some of your, best times in this short period of time, like some things that you've done that let you know that you're glad to be out of high school?
To let me know I'm glad to be out of high school?
Yes.
I say as far as maybe my generation, a lot of things are getting a little bit crazier in my generation. So I say being out of school kind of gives you perspective to kind of step back from a lot of people. Because a lot of people during that time of high school, it's like a lot of influence. You have a whole bunch of different things come in and out around you, so you kind of pick and choose your crowds. So it just gives you like a little step to, see everything from a different view just a little bit. Especially since, this is something that you really don't want to get yourself caught up on. As far as best moments of high school, I don't know, sports was pretty much my thing. I always did football. I did football from about 10 years, and then track was mostly throughout high school. I say I had the most fun throughout my sporting years.
So, in high school, what sport did you play?
football and track. In football, I was a running back, and then track, I ran the 4x1, 4x2, the 100-meter relay race, 200-meter relays. That was kind of what my range area was. I couldn't do the distance running. Distance running, you wouldn't get that in there at all. I don't know.
Okay, so what was your fastest time in your 100?
I was like around I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of slow. I wasn't that fast. I would say like around 11:8, 11:9.
11:8, 11:9. Ooh, you must have been walking.
11:7.
Were you walking?
I would say walking. I had realized, I don't know, after a while, my individual track speeds wasn't really that good, so I was kind of more suitable for the relays. So I was usually during the 4x1, I would either be the first leg or second leg, wherever I got the curve or the straightaway, but I was more in the middle. I couldn't really finish at the end. I think it was more like a got gas type of thing, or the starts as well. Just a lot of different things into it. I kind of got into track later, so having to learn the form and then bettering my craft was, kind of hard, especially after since COVID hit. COVID messed up everything. After COVID, everyone's taking breaks, everyone's slouching around, so yeah, it just really wasn't the same. I couldn't dedicate myself as much as I would like to.
Okay. In the meantime, ladies, hit the like, share, subscribe button for me, please. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, share, subscribe button. And we're going to continue to cook. And back to your show. So, it's unique now that you're actually at the age of 21. You're no longer a kid. You can't go back, and play with some toys you used to have. You can go anywhere you want to in your hometown, in your state, and in the country, around the world. And now that you are an adult, what do you find that's difficult being an adult? Or what do you find could be, as you are now 21, what do you think is your biggest adjustment?
I say the biggest adjustment is realizing as you get older that you have to start figuring a lot of things out on your own, especially coming to the economy. We got the luxury as growing up always having parents, if you have them, they're taking care of you. They're giving you opportunities depending on your situation. You may get allowance, a car. So it's just a lot of different factors. But as you get older, you gotta realize you gotta start working. You gotta start prioritizing what's more important. Is it going out? Is it saving? Is it spending? Who you around? When to be there? When not to be there? So it's just, I say, figuring out your area and figuring what you want to prioritize to move forward to get to the next step.
Figuring out your area. That'll probably be the most complicated thing you do over the next year and a half. Figuring out your lane, figuring out your area, figuring out your direction. Hey, before we move on, could you move the mic closer to your mouth? Just bring it around, just bring it around to you. There you go. And just speak sort of within a few inches from it. Yeah, so figuring out your lane. Have you thought about a few things or a few career options, since turning 21 that could be different from what you've already been pursuing?
Just right now, I'm still focused on the things I'm pursuing because I haven't tried yet, but I do have, like I said earlier, the Army or going back to college. you know, if I find out that everything I've been doing hasn't really been working out. Because I know I really had as much time to wait that long, but I'm just trying to use this little bit of window I have to see if I can do what I originally planned on wanting to do.
Okay. And have you did any research of any of those possible careers as of yet?
Honestly, the ones I haven't did too much research on, the ones I can think about is probably the personal trainer, and that's the only thing I can really say that I haven't really gotten so much into.
Okay.
But that's like one of the things I think about what kind of doing.
Okay. Well, you know, as your father, I will give you as much information as you need to assist you on your journey in trying to figure those things out, those next paths for yourself as you start to really, really get into being an adult. You know, so your options are plentiful, but as you know, we talk about, you know, time is continuing to run, time is continuing to move forward. So just be cognizant of that, continue to move in the capacity that we talk about, and believe me, it will all work out. As long as you're working towards accomplishing your goals, towards, you know, being successful, and understand that it's not a sprint, because we already know what your 100 time was. It is a marathon. It's something that you don't have to rush into as far as meeting your goal, as long as you're moving toward accomplishing those goals. That's the biggest thing. So don't get down on yourself. You know, I'm always here for questions. I'm always here just, you know, just to relax with, you know. So again, you're gonna make mistakes, but you gotta fly your wings. You gotta get out there, and you gotta continue to try. Don't let nothing stop you. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, please hit the like, share, and subscribe to Trey Ferguson, the player coach. I'm here at the Kickback with my baby boy, Calvin Willie, who is now 21, and he is ready for the world. Like, share, subscribe button at Trey Ferguson, the player coach. Everything is appreciated.
Okay, I got a question. Well, you know, just to get off this whole.
Okay. You know I'm always open for questions, so.
Okay. You know, as a kid, you've always been giving me advice, like since the longest I could remember. You was always trying to teach me something. You was always trying to give me advice on certain situations, life situations. I even saw it, if I remember correctly, when we were younger, you used to talk to juvenile kids a lot, have classes with them, you know, just ask them certain questions. You know, you always was just a people person and someone who always was helping kids and everything. What kind of led you into a direction where you felt like you were just a helper, if anything?
I think it started when I was a kid. You know, in my neighborhood, there was the person, there was today they call them special needs. They sort of softened it up, but this person was a retarded young lady, right? So the adults used to always say, you know, back then they said what it was. They didn't say, oh, it's a special needs, that whatever. They would say, this is a retarded person, right? So I used to always have a little heart for that type of person. You know, I didn't want people to sort of pick on them because, you know, sometimes kids are a little cruel and don't understand the severity of those type of illnesses. And people would pick on them and I would take up for them. And to go back even further, when I was 6 years old, my grandmother passed. My father's mother had passed, right? So he had took me down to the funeral home with him, that night, and we were down there by ourselves. And again, I'm a wandering kid. I walk around in places. So we in the funeral home, just me and him. And I walked around. I went to another room, and when I got to in that room, just right to the left was a baby. A small baby. The baby couldn't have been no more than 3 or 4 months old. It was a small baby. And again, being a kid, I touched the baby's hand. It was cold. Because that's the first time I really was up close to someone in that state. You know, even though my grandmother had passed, I didn't go up close to her because I didn't go look at her. I just stayed back because my father was up there talking and doing all that. He was saying some stuff, but I don't remember none of that. Only thing I remember was going to this room, seeing this baby. And I remember it because it seemed like a major event in my life. So when I came around the corner, the first thing I did, once I touched it, then I said a prayer. I don't know what I said. I just said a prayer. I knew God, something. And then I kissed the baby on the forehead. So after that, I was always thinking like, man, the baby, who could do something to a baby? Because I don't know what happened to the baby. I just know the baby had passed. And I was like, man, I ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to no kids. And from that point on, if I seen somebody trying to bully a kid, I would step in. Like, don't do it, don't touch him, don't hit him. And I wasn't gonna let nobody hit me because my father was crazy. You could talk, but as long as you don't I don't care if you push me, I don't care if you don't do nothing. And then once you was that type of person, I avoided you. I stayed away from you. And I started coaching when I was in the military. I started coaching flag football. It was my first team down in Texas. Had a girl on the team. Little misfits, you know, little kids, you know. I was one of those, since I was in the military, I was one of those discipline type, you know, you do everything by structure. But I never cursed at the kids. I used to just tell them do stuff, they would do it. I'm one of those people that like to demonstrate. If I tell you get in the 3-point stance, I'm gonna show you how to get in the 3-point stance. If I tell you how to throw the ball, I'm gonna show you how to throw the ball. If I want you to catch it, I'm gonna show you how to catch it. And I've always been that type of person to walk them through it. We're gonna do some walkthroughs before we actually run through it. We might walk through it 3 or 4 times. And then we're gonna run it full speed 10 times. And, you know, parents used to come up to me, because I used to try to be professional, have a little parent meeting and stuff, and parents would start telling me about their kids and how they act. So I used to always talk to the kid, you know, and let them know, like, you better get it together. And the kids will respond to me. I don't know how and why, but they did. The mothers used to tell me thank you and respond to me. So, you know, it just started early. The kids in my neighborhood, it was a lot of guys that ended up playing ball, going to college because of me. Me being out there on the basketball court with them, showing them how to shoot a little jump shot. Me playing football with them, showing them how to run and block and just do simple stuff. Which at the time I was just doing stuff. And, you know, when they would grow up, man, they would pass me up. They could be 6'4", 3, you know, almost adults when they first had children. From my understanding, I don't know. I think it was 1 or 2 cousins, but they children were still good because they were still surrounded by a lot of married people. Because all 7, including my mother, all were married. All of my aunties had hood. Stay out of harm's way as best you can. Be your own individual. Follow your first thought. You know, don't let others persuade you. And, you know, maybe one day you will look as good as me when you get to my age. Maybe. It's a small chance. I ain't saying it's a... Matter of fact, show them guns again. Let's go. Show him the guns again. This is my right arm. This is the old right arm right here. This is the old arm. You see that old, almost wrinkled. That's an old arm. See, that's a young arm over there. Yeah, there you go. Show them guns again. That's what we do, man. That's how we build it up. So, you know, with that, ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, please hit the like, share, subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. Again, hit the like, share, subscribe button. Captain Willie, you got any final words, man, before you go? Any words that you just want to say before you part us today?
I'm happy for the experience. I'm happy I got to be on here. You know, it was great to be able to ask questions just to have time to talk about this is real interesting. Just had the experience. I got much to say, man. Just ready to call it night. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out and just hanging out with Trey Ferg and Calvo on this Saturday night. Y'all could have been doing a whole bunch of other stuff, maybe sleeping, but y'all up with us. And it is now 3:01 East Coast time. Again, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, share, subscribe button. Again, hit the like, share, subscribe to Trey Ferg at the Player Coach. And ladies and gentlemen, we are out. That wasn't bad.
I was trying to fight through it.
No, man, that was
Man, I was real nervous.